nobody hold us back. All right. I don't know what Instagram was doing. They kept flipping my camera and pausing and all that stuff. But we are here. Carlita, what's happening? How are you?
What's up? How are you? I'm trying to hear you. I can't hear you that well. Instagram's messing up. Oh my God.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
All right, let's see. Let's turn it there.
Hey, hey.
Now, Dr.
Hey.
Bland, Dr. Bland, how are you?
I'm good. How y'all
Good,
doing?
good. Look,
Good,
Instagram was
good.
hating on us already. It had me frozen and camera flipping backwards. That's like how they try to treat us, right? As school psychologists, but we are rising above all of that and we are launching something special. And so shout out to everyone joining us. What's up? What's up? We getting a lot of people coming in. So what's up? We see Krista in the building. What's up, Krista? Aileen, what's happening? Aileen in the building. DBESP, what's going on? Much love, everyone. We're going to give a few seconds to allow those who might be joining us to join. While we do that, I just waved at Carlita. Look, what's up? I see some good people on here. Candace Burke, what's going on? Look, y'all, today is major, y'all. We are on the brink of history. And I think we've done it. I think just the idea, getting this idea out to the world, we've made history. And I'm excited to be here. For those of you who may not know me, I am Byron McClure. That's not important. I have some dope people here with me today. Carlita and Tierra, Dr. Bland, real quick, y'all just want to introduce yourselves to the people?
Sure. I guess I'll go first. Hey, everyone. My name is Dr. Tierra Bland. I'm a nationally certified school psychologist in Baltimore and soon to be professor in the fall. And I am the chief of staff for Black School Psychologists Network.
Hey.
And Carlita, talk to us.
All right. I'm Carlita Joseph, everyone. I am a school psychologist in the New York City Department of Education. Yay, New York, Brooklyn.
And that's not it, though. Like, you're making history right now. So you were just appointed to something. Can you talk about that? Talk to
us. So right now I was nominated to be president-elect for the New York Association of School Psychologists. Yay! And I'm actually the first Black person to be in this role right now. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm also the Madam Prez, yay! And I'm also the Chief Financial Officer for Black School Psychologists Network. So I'm super excited about this endeavor.
Absolutely. So look, y'all, our team is just so dope. And part of the reason why we wanted to do this is to introduce who we are as a team, to this network, to our brothers and sisters, and to everyone out there. We really wanted to take time to really get to know one another. And we thought, what better way to kick this off than to bring all of us together and really build a sense of community. Hold up, y'all. Look, we got some legends joining this call. I see Dr. Proctor is in the building. What's up, Dr. Proctor? Dr. Nicole Holland-Sims is here. Dr. Wood is here. Listen, y'all, if this don't get you excited, man, I don't know what y'all doing, y'all. This is Black School Psychologists. We are live, and we are creating something for us, by us, to elevate us through the stratosphere. Thank you, Carlita, for introducing yourself. Dr. Bland for introducing yourself. I think we're going to get Carlita back on. I'm Byron McClure. As I said, I am the CEO. That sounds like real, too official. I really just wanted to see us come together and create space where we can all support one another, uplift each other, and really push the needle forward. We have some questions that we're going to get into, but before we get into that, I really just wanted to share our vision with you all, talk a little bit about our mission with you all. We're bringing Carlita back in here so that you all have an understanding of what our vision is. And I want to read this vision straight up so that you all can hear it clearly. And the vision our vision, the collective vision, y'all, that we have of the Black School Psych Network. Can we drop some hundreds in the chat? Drop a 100 in the chat for the Black School Psych Network. We are, the vision of the Black School Psych Network is to support, to elevate, and advance the work of Black school psychologists, y'all. So no matter what we do, no matter what goes on, no matter what changes happen, that's our vision. And we're going to stick to it. And this isn't the faces that you see, like we are putting it out there, but this is all of our collective work. We have Dr. Proctor here, Dr. Wood here, people who have been putting years and years and decades worth of work, y'all. And what I hope to do with this vision is to just continue carrying the banner and moving it forward for us, y'all. Because we don't got no choice. Like, we have to. It's a must. And I'm just excited to be in a place, to be in a position to continue this work of those who have come before me, those who will come after me, and all of us as well. And I really want to stress with the Black School Psych Network, it's just that. It's a network. Like, no one person is bigger than the entire vision that we have. No one group, no one anything. Like, we are all a network to support, to elevate, to help. When I'm weak, you're weak. When I'm strong, you're strong. Like, man, it's going to be for us, by us, and it's going to be dope. It's going to be turned. Look, Dr. Bland, I was about to give a little bit too much away, but we gonna slow down. We're going to slow down. So, Dr. Bland, Dr. Carlita, Madam President, before we move on to the questions, anything else y'all want to add to it?
No. Just excited to get this launch. Like, I'm just so excited.
Can't hear anything.
Oh no.
Carlita, we see you. We can hear you.
I cannot hear you guys. And I'm so mad because this is history in the making and I cannot hear you. Oh my gosh.
We can hear you.
Short over there.
Look, we hear you, we see you. So it's all love. It's all love, Carlita. Listen, y'all. Y'all thought we had some legends in the building. We have, oh my God, yo, it's legends back to back to back to back to back dropping in. We have the other Madam President of the entire National Association of School Psychologists, Dr. Celeste Malone, a friend who is near and dear to me. So shout out to Dr. Malone, who is in the building. And we also have Dr. Charles Barrett in the building as well, a person who has looked out for me. I met him at NAS years ago, and he's really just taking me under his wing. So y'all, like, this is what this work is about, like, in action, like being there for one another, supporting one another, like picking each other's brain. Yo, when I applied to graduate school, I still have the emails. I sent emails to Dr. Proctor like years ago. This had to be over a decade ago, just asking, picking her brain, y'all. So this just shows y'all how long this work has been happening. So yeah, I'm excited to get into some of the questions. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, one of the things that we wanted to do, making sure that we have a strong network, that we have a strong community of us, is make sure that we're getting input, making sure that we're amplifying voices, and that we're taking that feedback, improving, making sure that we all have a collective voice in this space. And we wanted to start this first Instagram Live by fielding questions from you all, from the network itself. And so we're just gonna jump right in and go through some of these questions. And so the first question that we have, shout out to Diversifying Black Excellence in School Psychology. I got a chance, I was doing a session, and so I missed the most of it, but they had a session this past year in Boston, but they're doing some really dope work as well. So shout out to them. And they put forth a question. And their question is, the organization Diversifying Black Excellence in School Psych, that's the name of their organization, is focused on the recruitment and retention of Black school psychs through HBCUs. Are there any planned or intended collaborations that you foresee with this organization that has already been engaged in this work? In what ways can you provide support, if any, to the organization as they carry out this initiative? A few minutes ago, I shared how shout out to Dr. Proctor. That was, believe it or not, one of my very first interests is how can we recruit, retain, get people more school psychologists, especially not only into the field, but creating this pipeline from HBCUs. And we would be remiss if we didn't give acknowledgement to the people who have laid the foundation, who have labored for years doing this work. So that people like myself, for the Kendall Kellys of the world, who is an up and coming school psychologist, and just so many countless others, man, we cannot leave out Dr. Charles Barrett, who has created the National Exposure Project to expose folks to this work, y'all. So people have been doing this work. And what we hope to do is to continue propelling that work so that we can continue making a difference, man. Real quick, y'all just dropping, and Carlita's going to log off real quick. Aileen, if you're able to hop on in place of Carlita, send me a request real quick. Aileen, if you're in the building, send me your request. But man, let's get her on here real quick. So one of the things that I've prided myself in is being able to collaborate, to network, to support one another. And answering this question, what I hope to do is to really continue uplifting the work that has been happening as we continue propelling this work forward. And where I was going, man, I don't know if y'all had a chance to read. It was the NAS 2020, I'm going to say. Dr. Malone, correct me if I'm wrong. But they released some statistics of the NAS workforce. And if you don't know, our field is 80% plus a white female, able-bodied. Aileen, what's up?
Hey,
How you
y'all.
doing? What's
Hey.
up?
I am
So
excited. Party tonight. I see all the legends in the house tonight. Like
legends.
excited.
Legends in the building, y'all. But long story short, like our field is heavily dominated by white females, by people who don't look like us. So in creating this space, what we hope to do, because we only make up Black, male, female, whatever you identify with, 4% of this entire body of work. And those were people who responded. It could be a little bit higher. It could be a little bit lower. When you drill down, the rates of Black males is even lower. So we cannot be divided on any of this. There is no room. We cannot sustain ourselves if there's division, if we're not collaborating, if we don't have the right spirit, if we don't have the right intent around this work. So what we hope to do is to collaborate, is to partner, is to help boost one another up in this work so that we can reach our shared vision together. And what we hope to do through some of the things, Dr. Bland, look, I'm gonna catch myself every time I'm about to give it away. But we got some things coming up in the I'm not gonna do it. But we have some things coming up in the future to where we want to uplift organizations such as DBESP, uplift organizations such as School Psych Sisters, uplift those individuals who might want to do some things and connect people. Why? Because we only have 4% of us allegedly in this field. And so we need all of us working collectively towards this shared vision. You asked, in what ways can we provide support? In what ways do you need support? Let us know, and we can work collaboratively to meet each other's needs in this space. It's important to also acknowledge that you all focus a lot with HBCU's recruitment and retention. We are going to focus on consultation, collaboration, assessments, best practices, research, jobs, networking, mentorship. So we have a wide gamut. And again, this work is heavy, but it's lighter once we all pick up a little bit of the load. So Dr. Bland, Aileen, anything y'all want to add to that?
I will just say, the young lady that sent us, I don't know if she signed on, but anyone from Diversifying Black Excellence in School Psychology, send us an email at info@bspninc.com and let us know so we can set up a meeting to collaborate, because we will be happy to get that started. So that's all for me.
Absolutely. Aileen, you got anything?
No, you covered it all. You guys are covering it.
All right, Byron, cool. you gotta let Aileen introduce herself.
Aileen, go ahead. You got the floor.
Okay, so can you introduce me like you did Dr. T Man, it's
Listen, y'all, we have in the building, Doctor, right? Notice we said doctor. Why are we calling her doctor? Because she just graduated. Y'all, can we drop some clap emojis in the building? Dr. Parker, what's up? We see you. But Aileen, she just graduated. I'm super proud of her. She'll be transitioning, moving out. I don't know if we could like say where you're gonna be going, but you're going somewhere in the South
yeah.
to make a big impact. You are Aileen is the doctor or the director of marketing for our network. And so all of the lives, the posts, the engagements, everything that you're seeing is the vision of Aileen. And y'all, man, look at the resources, the tools that we have, right? And just a quick story, like we started out, like we were developing some things. It was like, yo, we could outsource some of this stuff. Let's outsource some of this stuff. Yo, we have all the tools that we need ourselves. We don't need nobody. Listen, can we be radical for a minute? We don't need to depend on nobody else. Right. We have everything that we need. And we are more than capable. So listen, I'm just excited. I'm not going to spaz too much, man. Dr. Milford, you got anything you want to share?
No, I'm just excited to be here. I'm so happy I'm in this field. I'm so happy I'm on this team. Like tonight, we are just here to like let y'all know there is folks out here that's really working to make sure that not only you feel supported, but you're encouraged in this field. You know, you are doing such amazing work every day. And like I always say, if nobody has told y'all lately, we are proud of you. We are rooting for you. Thank you for all of the work that you're putting in and day out.
Absolutely. And if you're not following the Black School Psych Network across social media platforms, make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you let people know that we're live right now. Let's run these numbers up. Is there a like button on here? I don't know if there's a like button, but make sure y'all pass the message. Help us increase our message. So the next question that we have, Aileen, are people able to send in questions and we could collect those now?
Yes, if they there's the actual question mark button on the live, they can click that and ask a question.
All right, so go ahead, drop questions if y'all have them. The next question that we have is actually two. I'm going to combine these together. What sparked the inception of this organization and what inspired us to create this network? And I'll just share from my perspective. I had a chance to present in Boston back in February, and there was a packed room. Hundreds of people in this room. And there was a segment I was speaking on SEL, social justice, as it relates to our field. And y'all, there was a section where I looked across the room and I was going over some of those statistics, those very statistics that I mentioned earlier. And it's one thing to say them, it's another thing to see it inside of a large room. And in that room, it was predominantly white. It was all white. It was where Dr. Malone. It was Dr. Malone, a handful of other Black folks. Aileen, you were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a handful of folks right there up front, and I kept gravitating to them. And then I looked at Black males and drilled down a little bit more. And there was like 4 or 5 of us in there, like I could count. And in that moment, like I'm still speaking, I'm still doing my thing, but I'm like, my heart broke, y'all. Like my heart really broke for all the work that had been done, for the youth who we can serve, and to see that the majority of our students who look like us, who come from where we come from, aren't being served by people who look like us. And I feel like for too long, we've been leaving it in the hands of people who don't look like us. I feel like for too long, we've been leaving it in the hands for people who are pacing at a pace that's comfortable for them. And for too long, we've been letting it fly. I was like, yo, we can't let this fly anymore. And so I just put it out on social media. I was like, what do y'all think? If something along these lines, I won't say if y'all know what it is, y'all know what it is. But Tierra, Aileen was like, yo, we got to do this. And then we met and we came together out of necessity, y'all. Out of necessity. And if you're Greek, if you're part of the Divine Nine, then like that's how these Greek letter organizations were created. It was out of necessity, y'all. so that we can support one another, that we can be there for one another, so that we can network. Dr. Brandon Gamble talks about the importance of social capital and networking. Like, yo, we needed that. And in that moment, in a room full of hundreds of people, I was like, yo, we're not serving us the way how we need to be serviced. We're not researching the things that we need to research. And we're spending so much time explaining why these things matter, not changes that happening fast enough. So we're going to listen. Dr. Black, I keep stopping myself. So I'll pause there. Tiara, Aileen, if there's anything y'all want to add to that, I'll stop there.
Yeah, because Aileen, this is gonna, I guess, be our combined story since we were there together for this next story. And Krista, who I know is in the chat. So same thing at NAS this year in Boston. We were, as me and Aileen and Kamante. I don't know if Kamante is signed on, but we were in the keynote and we were just like looking around the room and we were like, wow, like it's been, I mean, that was the first time we've been back in person in like 2 years. So it was just like, wow, like we are so needed in this field. And even a few of us were at lunch together and we were just like, yo, what if, you know, we all came together for something? We were like just throwing out ideas. And even too, like NASP is always in February, which is Black History Month. Never acknowledge that, you know, happy Black History Month, or, I mean, I already know that I can do the Negro spiritual anthem, but whatever. But at least have some resources for about supporting Black students, supporting Black families, like nothing in the exhibit hall about that. So for me, it was just like, we have to be better. We got to be better. So we were just thinking about so many ideas of like what we can do as Black school psychologists, which led Aileen and Krista and I to see post you posted on Instagram, you know. So we were just like, let me message Byron because we got to talk about this. And then we had our first meeting together and was just like, yo, we got some crazy ideas. Let's make it happen. And here we are tonight.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Tiara said, because I was off social media when Byron posted it, and Tiara texted me and was like, we got to do this. We got to do this. I was like, bet, let's do it. I'm in, right? Going to NAS as well this year, it's like after our sessions, gravitating to like Krista and all the grad students who look like me, it was like we going to a cookout. It's like a reunion, right? I see it in the chat, feel like a Black reunion cookout. That's how it is every year when we're reunited. And so when Byron posted it, I was like, I'm jumping on this because it's needed.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, it was like minds really coming together, seeing that need, and then pushing it forward so that we can solve our own problems. So let's keep it moving. So the next question that we have, we kind of touched on it a little bit. What brought us together as a team? And so I'll concede, Tiara, Aileen, if there's anything else you all want to add to that.
No. Yeah.
All right, cool. And I'm looking at the chat. Keep the comments coming, y'all. Shout out to IUP. I see Fit Life with Brenda. I graduated from IUP. Shout out to IUP. Yep, Krista. Krista was there. Dr. Wood says, look, Dr. Wood, I was joking with her. She's going to be our historian. Dr. Wood has so much knowledge in the field of school psychology. And she said if we look back 20 years ago, like it would have been even fewer of us there. And she said that she has that picture, the infamous picture, that Black male school psych pictures. Let me know, was that the one in Baltimore?
I think it was Baltimore.
Yep, that one in Baltimore, I feel like was the most Black males that I've ever seen, which is cool. She was in Atlanta, Baltimore, DC, New Orleans, NYC. Dr. Nicole Hollison, shout out Dr. Nicole Hollison, is another IUP graduate. I can't wait for Denver for our convention with Dr. Malone. It'll be Black excellence on display. Yes, it is going to be. It's going to be really, really good stuff. All right. So yeah, Aileen, are we switching now?
Yeah, we can start switching. We can start switching.
All right, y'all. So Tiara, Aileen, thank you all. We are going to bring on for the remaining portion. We have a few more questions we're gonna go through. We are going to bring on maybe Carlita and then Krista as well. So let's see if y'all could drop off, and then I'll bring in Krista and Carlita back as well.
See y'all.
See you later. Yep. And Dr. Barrett is mentioned in Baltimore. Yep, that's absolutely right. And man, Charles, let me drop which one, man. I want to say it was San Antonio where we met for the first time. I think it was San Antonio as well. And I'm noting some questions. Yes, the Global Majority Collective. Shout out to the Global Majority Collective as well. And we'll read that question here in a little bit as well.
Hey y'all. Wait, I'm not
Kristen, you sideways on us. Look, we just gonna present like
this.
Oh,
okay,
snap.
wait a minute now. Oh, there we go.
There you go. We made it.
Okay.
You there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now listen, yo. Krista is, I feel like we've known each other for so long. We got to shout out Hampton, right?
HU in the building. What's up?
I mean, we don't want to throw shade. I know it's some folks from Howard here. I know it's some folks from that other HU. You know what I'm saying? But right now it's Hampton. And we're going to big us Hampton right now in the building. But Krista, you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Absolutely. I'm so excited. Okay. Hi, everybody. So I am Krista Edwards. I'm the Director of Programming and Community Outreach. I am a Hampton graduate, of course, but I'm also a PhD candidate. So I'm actually the only one that's like still finishing up my graduate tenure on the team. So I have so much to, I've learned so much already from everybody on the team. And I'll be going on internship in the fall. So I'm almost done and I'll almost be a doctor. I'm happy to be here.
Dope. And are you able to share where you're going in the fall?
I mean, I can, yes. So I'm actually heading out to Ottawa Carleton School District, which is in Canada. So I'll be doing a cross-border internship experience.
Look, y'all, BSPN is crossing borders, y'all.
Yay!
Already. Look, come on now. I'm checking the chat. We getting shade. Come on now. Listen, Dr. Wood, come on, man. We already know we are not going to talk about HIU. We just going to show love to Hampton because we here now. It's all love. It's all love, though. So, Krista, I would love for you to answer this question. And this was a question from one of our members in the network, and they said, do you need a master's degree to be allowed to start studying for your PhD or PsyD?
So actually, no. And it's so interesting because my mom, I remember being an undergrad, I got my bachelor's in psychology from Hampton. And I remember saying, I want to go get my PhD. And my mom, who's a boomer, is like, no, you can't. You have to go get a master's first. And I'm like, no, actually, I can get a master's on my way to getting the PhD. So there are a few different routes you can take. So for me, example, I went into my doctoral program with just a bachelor's degree, and I actually received my master's degree in 2020. And then you just kind of keep going, and then you finish up. But I did get that degree on my way to getting the PhD. There are some people that come in with their master's degree, but it is not a necessity to necessarily start a doctoral program.
Yeah, no, and that's really useful information. I did a non-traditional route, if it's, I guess, non-traditional, but I went the master's route first because being straight up, my grades weren't good enough. Like my GRE score, what's the test you take? I don't even remember.
GRE.
GRE. My scores were trash. That's how I'm putting it out of my mind. I did terrible. Whatever the lowest score was, I got like 2 points lower than that. I did really bad. I did really bad on it. And then just my GPA wasn't like that high coming out of undergrad. Look, I had a good time.
You had a good time.
I was having a good time. I was having a good time. Then I was like, oh, shoot. One, I want to pledge. I needed a GPA. Didn't have it. And then I was like, I need to figure out what I'm doing after school. And by the time, junior year came around, senior year came around, I was working to bring my grades up. And so I couldn't go the PhD route first. I had to go get my master's, and I could have stopped. I could have went into the field, but then I decided after my master's to go on to IUP and get the doctorate as well. Aileen says, listen, I feel you. My GRE scores were trash. Man, it was terrible.
It was awful. It was awful for me too. I mean, I remember someone told me, just stop taking it because it gets demoralizing. I took it 3 times. And there's some statistics that show like your score is not going to increase significantly if the more you take it. But the good thing is, for those who are interested in going into the field, a lot of programs are moving away from keeping that GRE as a requirement, and some are basically taking it away altogether, and some are moving away from it being a significant part of your application. So they're finally listening to the science, because it definitely doesn't determine your success, standardized tests like the GRE.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you for that information. Dr. Wood in the chat says, I know so many successful Black school psychs whose GRE scores were trash. You know, we can talk about these standardized test scores, not even just for our pre-K through 12 students, but for us as well. I was impacted by that. Like the way how I improved my scores, it wasn't about studying, because after that first time I took it and I got like 1 on it, whatever the lowest score is, like I said, I did awful, y'all. It was terrible. But I was like, I'm never going to learn this material. I had all the books and all that stuff. I'm never going to learn that material. And then the next time I took it, I was studying. I just took the practice test, and that's all I did. And it showed me that they designed that test like for, you know, like you have to know how to take the test. And I didn't know how to do that. But anyways, we could talk about systemic issues and all of those things.
I know. I was going to say, I do want to add, like, so with that being, because, you know, I'm still kind of fresh out of that journey, right? It's been 5 years. And one thing that you all touched on earlier was how we want to continue to promote mentorship. And like for me, my mentor, who was also my personality psychology instructor at Hampton, she is like one of the main reasons why I have made it this far. And so that's why, you know, especially for Black graduate students, mentorship is so important. And that's one thing that we really want to like build on and continue to like create a space for. So
yeah. And I that's it. My bad. Go ahead, Kristen.
No, I was just saying we're living it. So I mean, it's our experiences.
I know that's spot on. And like it's our experiences, and like we all have a story I'm sure we could share. And with this network, we want to leverage our experiences, leverage our expertise, but then also provide opportunities that some of us otherwise might not have necessarily had. So, Krista, in your perspective, for our network, do we have opportunities for involvement for students?
Absolutely. I mean, we have so much stuff we cooking up, but because we have approached this as a communal, family-oriented, just like big hug type of like family cookout reunion, like that's how it started. And so that's the energy that we want to keep. And so there are opportunities that we have kind of created that we're still working through. And also, I would say that we're not limited to just the opportunities that we come up with. Like I would welcome, and I think the whole team, like we welcome ideas for opportunities from other organizations too. Or even if you're not an organization and you're just a student or a trainee or a school psychologist, like we really do want to create a partnership and bring you in because you're part of the family, you know? And so opportunities are limitless, and we encourage your ideas, and we're excited to like share all of our ideas that are coming up.
Listen, one thing about the Black School Psych Network, everyone who wants to get involved, to have opportunities, are going to have them. Y'all are going to be sick of us. We're going to be like, look, y'all want to do this, look, y'all want to do that. And we're going to leverage your strengths too, right? Like what you're strong at, we're going to give you the opportunity to grow in that space. So we're going to hook y'all up. We're going to grow and thrive together. And in the spirit of collaborating and opportunities, shout out to the Global Majority Collective. I've collaborated with them in the past on some things that they were doing. They brought me in. Awesome, a group of people who are doing excellent things. And they are hosting and they say that they were planning an event for BIPOC school psychs for NAS 2023 in Denver. They're asking would we be interested in collaborating. And so Krista is the person. So
Yeah.
Krista, you want to drop your contact info for people to reach out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So my email address is Krista at what BS hold on Black School Psych.
Look, Aileen is dropping it in the chat. She put the info.
Y'all.
Yep.
I said I've been at work all day. I'm gonna be wired up on iced coffee. So look, I can't even get the acronym in order right. Thank you, Aileen. Please, can you drop my? There we are.
Same work, y'all. Same work.
BSPNINC.com. Please send me an email. Like, listen, I don't approach things as if I know everything because I definitely don't. I still have so much to learn, and I can't wait to like work with people and learn from others and be able to share, you know, some things that are my strengths and learn from your strengths as well. So let's work. Like, I'm excited. Like, let's work.
Awesome. Good stuff. Krista, we're gonna practice. I had to practice too. And how I remember it sounds like ESPN. So I just put a B, BSPN. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
See?
See, I chunked it the wrong way. I chunked it like like I was chunking in the front end. But yeah, I should, yeah, see?
I got you. And I think it's Dana, correct me if I'm saying that incorrectly, but she asked a question, and we'll answer that. We might bring Dr. Bland back in, Tierra back in, because I feel like I'm gonna give it away, but we'll answer that question here in a little bit. And so the next question that was submitted by one of our look, y'all, we're not saying users, we're not saying like this is us, like we are the network.
Yeah.
Like, we are the members of this network. And so hashtag Black SPS, like that's us. We're the Black School Psychs. So it's all about us. So a Black School Psych asked, how confident did you feel with administering assessments when you graduated?
Ooh. Well, I mean, I didn't graduate yet. However, I think let's see. So the first 2 years of my degree program, I was I didn't feel confident at all, honestly. I did not. I felt like this stuff was impossible to learn. I didn't think it was me. You know, I'm like, oh, maybe clinical work is not my thing because I didn't have that confidence. But then my second 2 years of practicum, I actually was a clinician at the Thompson Center for Autism and Neurodevelopmental Disorders, where I did specific learning disability diagnosis. And my first 6 months, I was still nervous. And then, I mean, at the end of year 2, I was like, oh, I could do these things backwards. Okay. So I think time really helps, getting in your rhythm. I learned so much over time. And I almost say once you learn once you learn the art assessment, you're able to kind of like apply those fundamental skills to other assessments. And so, I see someone says, oh, the Thompson Center. Yes, I was there. So yeah, I mean, I think something that comes with time, practice, and I had to mature. I think I really had to mature and like, okay, I've done this before. I know how to do this. And if I do make a mistake, I know where I can ask someone to help me fix it. And it is not the end of the world. I remember my supervisor told me the end of the world only happens one time. And he tells me that every time we would have supervision. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It gives perspective.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel like just practicing. I remember in grad school, the first time around, like we had to administer like on kids. I was using friends of friends, kids I didn't even know. Like, hey, can I just test on you? But I think like the more practice you get with it, it just makes it easier when you are, on your, by yourself in the field doing it. So it's definitely practice, definitely ask questions. If you have a mentor your first 2 years, once you're in the field, definitely ask questions for your mentor, because they'll definitely be happy to help you if you have questions. So, yep.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to admit when you don't know something. And be sure to, like, if you have people that you can lean on and ask, like, that's great. Another reason why we created this network is there's so many people who specialize in assessment. And so ideally, with our network, you'll be able to come to anyone in this network and ask them to look at their research and really understand what some of these best practices are. So excellent, excellent. All right, let's see. All right, we gonna bring Krista back in. Look, y'all, we had someone major come in. I call him my little brother, Kendall Kelly. Shout out to Kendall. Man, so Kendall, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. We had a funny story. So speaking of like learning and practicing, Kendall, before I think he was still he had to still be an undergrad because he's in grad school now. He was coming to where I worked in DC, and man, we got stories for days, y'all. Talk about practice, we were throwing him into the fire, literally. So shout out to Kendall, y'all. But, you know, that's what this work is. You talk about recruitment and retention, man. Charles Barrett, I reached out to Dr. Proctor. Dr. Proctor gave me wisdom. Met Dr. Barrett. Dr. Barrett gave me wisdom. Kendall, just through our church, believe it or not, like we got connected, and I was able to pass, you know, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of experience. Yeah, Kendall says school was always. Listen, if y'all heard me speak and present on my school, y'all look, Kendall was there. Charles came through too. He came through one time before as well. But good stuff, good stuff. And this is what this network is. And can y'all just feel this energy? Like, it just feels good. Like Krista, what you say the energy is like?
What I said is like a cookout, family reunion, all that, okay?
All of it.
Like, Black family excellence.
Look, I love it.
Wait, Krista, what does your shirt say? Brilliantly
It
Black?
says Brilliantly Black 365.
Of course. You got the shirt to match.
You know I'm like the Malcolm X on the team, so.
Y'all, she really is. Like, Krista stayed with a word, y'all.
Yeah.
Once a week.
It's so necessary, though. So necessary. All right, y'all. Let's I think we have one more question on this side, but I see a chat that came up before we get to that question. One more chat came through, and if there's any other questions before we come to a close, please, now's the time to drop it inside the questions or inside the chat. And BG Davis too says, will BSPN discuss much needed research topics on BIPOC? Listen, y'all. When I tell y'all, we are going to do some things. We're going to do all of them. Every single thing, y'all. And we talking research.
They not ready.
Listen. So I would love to hear what BG Davis, what some of your research interests are. And anyone else. Like, look, this is networking already. Like, if y'all feel comfortable, drop some of your research interests inside the chat. For me, my research interests, social emotional learning, restorative practices. That's my interest in the school to prison pipeline. Those are my dissertation was around social emotional learning, which programs were the most effective for youth of color from high poverty communities. See, I could laugh, I could joke, but man, there's some knowledge in here somewhere. And that was my research. So, you know, Krista, what about you?
Yeah, so my research interests are, I'm kind of in two different areas, but both are for the betterment of the Black community and Black youth. And so one is Afrocentric pedagogy. And then the second is addressing race-related stress through strength-based practices.
Yes.
So yes, I am all for approaching research with, actually in NASP, I did a little presentation on culturally responsive research and unpacking your research and decolonizing it and taking it a step further, right? Like,
okay, now, Krista,
I know.
Let's actually acknowledge the communities that we are researching on, and we need to even change that framework and be doing collaborative research with those communities. So really like unpacking all of that and bringing our families into it, being able to approach things from a strength-based, because we had enough of deficit-based things.
Yes.
We had enough of deficit-based
Enough
thinking.
of it.
Enough of it.
Look, we got to shift from what's wrong to what's strong. And like, yo,
Absolutely.
that's the thing, man, with creating our own space, like we don't have to glorify what's wrong anymore. Like we have strengths, we have like teaching grit, teaching resiliency, like we are already all those things. And
Right.
creating a space for us, we are going to propel those things that we do well, and how we can leverage that to continue pushing the needle forward for us. So, Tiara, what about you?
Yeah, so I actually just graduated, whoop whoop, and so my capstone was on the recruitment and retention of Black School Psychologists. So shout out to Dr. Sherry Proctor, Charles Barrett, you guys all up and through my through my capstone project. But and actually in the fall, I'm actually going to be doing a research study on how school psychology programs can incorporate equity courses. So can't wait to get that started because it's definitely a topic that school psychology programs need to talk about, have those uncomfortable conversations. So can't wait to have some research on that. So stay tuned.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
dope.
Stay
That's
tuned.
dope.
Make sure you stay tuned. Follow us now. If you can't follow Black School Psych Network across social media platforms, especially here on Instagram, we'll be giving updates really daily. Shout out to our director of marketing, VG Davis. Says anxiety, depression. Yes, excellent.
Nice.
Dr. Wood says social skills for high school students with autism. Yeah. Kendall, he says, how often will meetings or lives be? And we're going to release, I'm not sure when, but we'll release a calendar so that you all can know when the lives will happen. Right now, I think it's monthly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah. Drop yes in the chat if this is fun, or if this is useful for you as well. And Madam President of NIA says trauma informed practices. Dr. Wood has a ton of research that she wants to do. Mentoring programs in secondary school for Black female students. Yes, gotta elevate, amplify the work of Black females, but then also make sure that our Black female students aren't being forgotten either as well. So excellent, excellent. Dr. Proctor is there. I don't think y'all understand like how cool it is to have Dr. Proctor here
I'm
before.
gonna meet Dr. Proctor because I hear such great things about them.
Right.
I'm like, I have to meet this legend.
Listen, living legend. All right. Let's see. I don't see any other questions coming through on my end. So
Yeah, same. I don't see any more.
okay, so I'll ask the last question that we have before we wrap up. And then Tiara, I'll let you answer it.
What? I gotta answer. See,
Drop
y'all,
one of
listen, I
the
told Byron
Sierra.
earlier. He okay.
All right. We'll just throw it out and see what happens. I don't want to end real quick. Is there anything else, like any other questions, anything else on your mind, man?
So my questions are frozen. My little stream is frozen, so I can't even see no questions. So yeah, if y'all
Yeah.
see, let me know.
Nothing's coming through.
I wanted to add, so we have a lot of well-established Black school psychologists in this chat. And so one thing that we want to be able to do is kind of bridge that gap between like trainees and early career school psychologists and those really established school psych. So if you all have or know of like opportunities for other school psychs, like we want to also we will eventually have a space on our website to be able to house all of those things. So, you know, if you're specifically looking, you know, we want to diversify our field, but if you also want to diversify your organization, your school, etc., we want to be able to create a space where we can kind of directly feed our Black school psychologists to other spaces.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and to add to that, I know when we started getting followers, we do have a lot of graduate students, which I'm so hyped to see, y'all, because a lot of first year graduate students at that. So shout out to all the graduate students that are in tonight. Like, I'm so happy y'all like have decided to pursue school psychology. I can't wait to meet all of y'all because y'all. But yeah, so we're gonna head to the last. I think we can combine the question that Dina asked and the last question, right?
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know
Yep,
how to.
we can do that. I'll read the question for you. Real quick, Dr. Wood says, do you know I gotta say Dr. Proctor. I can't call her her first name. I just gotta put respect on Dr. Proctor's name. Was the first recipient of the NAS Minority Scholarship. That is major. That's big, big, big. Look, Charles, he fussed me out all the time because I say Dr. Barrett. Like, these are legends to me, man. Like, I can't, like, I'm not gonna quote my mom, Bernice. Like, she would look at me like, what? Like, put some respect on my name. Like, and I say that to say, like, it's just a thing of respect. You know, like, who am I to address them like we're little friends? Like, I'm not saying I'm not one of your little friends.
It's cultural too. It's cultural.
Right.
It's cultural. So what's understood got to be explained.
Exactly. All right, cool. All right. So the last question that we have. Well, this is more of a statement. I'll read the statement, then I'll say the question. Can we possibly get a NAS type of convention for Black School Psychologists? A NAS type of convention? NAS type of convention?
Hey, that's big.
Or are we bigger? Are we major? Look, Tiara, go ahead, Tiara, because I'm going to say some things.
Dang, you got to put me on a spot like that. So.
Are we going to
the question was, can we? Like, that's a great idea. Ever suggested that is a really great idea, and we're just gonna have to see if that happens. I mean, why not? I think
why not?
Why not?
Why not? That's it. And on that note, y'all, this has been the first Black School Psych Network live, y'all. Woo! Stay tuned. Y'all know why? Because y'all never never know. We might just drop some on y'all.
We cooking for the cookout.
Yes. Look, Dr. Wood says, there are so many of us that are not NAS members. Yep. Can we? Kendall says, will there be a Black School Psych journal? Kendall, you going to work on one with us.
There it is.
Yep.
We need some
merch. Listen, y'all. Man, listen, and one thing that we do have to do, I said it earlier, and I say it again, like, we all have our unique strengths, talents, skills, areas of interest. Man, we have to leverage those, y'all. And we can do that. So whatever we're cooking, whatever we're planning, you know, this is a us thing. It's not just the five of us, it's all of us. So thank y'all for tuning in. Tiara, Krista, y'all got anything else?
Nah, I just Carlita's phone out. Carlita, you still there?
Oh, look.
Is she still there?
I'm not sure if Carlita's still here. Aileen was asking to join. Let me see if I can bring her in.
Aileen.
Oh, look, we brought her in.
Oh, we got four of us.
We brought Carlita in.
Like, I was here just like screaming in my house, like right now, just like watching everybody. Oh my gosh, this is so encouraging. Wow.
Aileen, you got any parting words?
Y'all stay tuned. This energy tonight is just the beginning. This is what it's all about, y'all. Like, I'm excited. I hope everyone in the chat is excited. I'm so happy, from the students to the legends, all in the chat. Man, this is for us. Yes, that tagline is not just a few of us, it's all of us. I love that.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, I'll be coming up with this stuff. I just be talking.
I gotta write that down.
Look, can we capture this? It's not just a few of us. It's all of us. That sounds good. That's good. And look, Madam President of NAS, y'all, Dr. Celeste Malone says, love the energy. Congrats on bringing a vision to fruition. And I just have to say, man, my heart is near and dear to Dr. Malone. Like, she's a person who I look to as a big sister in this space, who has just given me so much wisdom, and just being straight up. Like, my shirt say Healing Center has come to me in moments where it's like, look, like, you got to move a certain way, and you got to make sure, you know, that the platform that you have is being capitalized and used to bring people along with you, and you're not shutting people out, and you doing things that's right. And so, you know, that's love, y'all. Like, we're not always going to get it perfect, but can you correct one another in a way that's love, that's meaningful, and that's going to help elevate the work. And
Yeah.
so Celeste, like, you know, you got a special place for me, man. So yeah, this is fun. Make sure that you follow us across all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter. What else are we on? Facebook,
Facebook.
Mhm.
all those things. Yeah, Facebook is growing. Y'all help us out with Facebook, but all those things. Um,
Please, y'all.
It's real
yeah.
dry on
After
Facebook.
that, it's a
Yeah.
little dry. It's a little dry. So Tiara, Aileen, Krista, any closing words?
Just if you are not a social media person, make sure to subscribe to our website, just bspninc.com, and you'll get some emails. So even if you're not on social media, you will not miss anything. So go ahead and subscribe.
Mhm.
Krista,
And
Tiara.
hit us up with your ideas. I mean, your thoughts, your ideas, your words, your criticisms. I mean, we welcome all of it because we're a family.
Yeah, and just to add to that, if anybody
Yep.
wants to reach out to us, like
So,
his email is byron@bspninc.com, and mine is Tiara, and Aileen's is everybody's first name at bspninc.com. Yeah, so
That's a much easier way.
we're
I was about to type everything. That's much. And look, we got Alex in the building. What's up, Alex? Thanks for joining us. Look, Tiara, was there anything else you want to say? Chief of Staff.
no, that's it. That's it for me.
All right, y'all. Everyone be safe. Enjoy your Friday. And follow us. Blow us up. Take care, everyone.
You guys.
Bye.
Bye.
hey.